Ghost. In folklore, a ghost, sometimes known as an apparition, haunt, phantom, poltergeist, shade, specter or specter, spirit, spook, and wraith, is the soul or spirit of a dead person or animal that can appear to the living. In ghost lore, descriptions of ghosts vary widely from an invisible presence to translucent or barely visible wispy shapes, to realistic, lifelike visions. The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as necromancy, or in Spiritism as a seance. The belief in the existence of an afterlife, as well as manifestations of the spirits of the dead is widespread, dating back to animism or ancestor worship in pre-literate cultures. Certain religious practices, funeral rites, exorcisms, and some practices of spiritualism and ritual magic, are specifically designed to rest the spirits of the dead. Ghosts are generally described as solitary, human-like essences, though stories of ghostly armies and the ghosts of animals rather than humans have also been recounted. 2-3, they are believed to haunt particular locations, objects, or people they were associated with in life. The overwhelming consensus of science is that ghosts do not exist. 4, their existence is impossible to falsify. 4, and ghost hunting has been classified as pseudoscience. 5, 6, 7, despite centuries of investigation, there is no scientific evidence that any location is inhabited by spirits of the dead. 5, 8. Terminology. Further information: spirit, soul, wit, anima, genius, mythology, and geist. The English word ghost continues Old English gast, from the hypothetical Common Germanic geistas. It is common to West Germanic, but lacking in North Germanic and East Germanic. The equivalent word in Gothic is Emma. Old Norse has andiem, ondef. The pre-Germanic form was gostos, apparently from a root denoting fury, anger reflected in Old Norse gesa rage. The Germanic word is recorded as masculine only, but likely continues in uterus stem. The original meaning of the Germanic word would thus have been an animating principle of the mind, in particular capable of excitation and fury, compare Othra. In Germanic paganism, Germanic Mercury, and the later Odin, was at the same time the conductor of the dead and the lord of fury leading the wild hunt. Besides denoting the human spirit or soul, both of the living and the deceased, the Old English word is used as a synonym of Latin spiritus, also in the meaning of breath or blast from the earliest attestations, 9th century. It could also denote any good or evil spirit, such as angels and demons. The Anglo-Saxon Gospel refers to the mnemonic possession of Matthew 12:43 as say unclean aghast. Also from the Old English period, the word could denote the Spirit of God, viz. the Holy Ghost. The now prevailing sense of the soul of a deceased person, spoken of as appearing in a visible form, only emerges in Middle English, 14th century. The modern noun does, however, retain a wider field of application, extending on one hand to soul, spirit, vital principle, mind, or psyche, the seat of feeling, thought, and moral judgment, on the other hand used figuratively of any shadowy outline, or fuzzy or unsubstantial image, in optics, photography, and cinematography especially, a flare, secondary image, or spurious signal. 9. The synonym spook is a Dutch loan word, akin to Low German spook, of uncertain etymology. It entered the English language via American English in the 19th century. 10, 11, 12, 13. Alternative words in modern usage include spectre, spectre, from Latin spectrum, the Scottish wraith, of obscure origin.